I dropped it from the A. I didn't like immediately.
Alright. Get a new tat today. Alpha and Omega. We're at the Fine Ink Studio. Alright. Post tattoos. We just stocked up on energy drinks. Every weekend, Vitamin Shop does dollar energy drinks. And I was able to buy, and they have a limit of 6. So I did 6 on my number, and then 6 not on my phone number, so you could get another one. So I just got 12 for $12. I mean, you could buy 3 of them at the gas station for $12. So this is the deal. They were running the Bum Energy today, which is one of my favorites too. So it's not just Boo-Foo brands. We're in Brandon. This was the original area that Garrett was living at before. Oh, take it easy. It's actually really pretty here. They got a lot of stuff, Chipotle next door, but we're heading back to Apollo Beach. And I don't know if we're going bowling tonight, but I gotta get some work done in between, get some dinner. Not too sure yet what the plans are for today. Got a tattoo on the back of my arm. I'll show you guys. Got a cross. And then I got another tattoo on the back of my calf, Alpha and Omega. I'll explain them whenever I can, but they turned out great. And booked another one for the start of February. I'm trying to get to, at least a tattoo or 2 every month, so I could just keep working and getting these sleeves done. So my tattoo artist Simone is awesome. She's just like super cool person to sit with, despite her artistic skills. So love getting the chance to see her every month so far. But yeah, let's head back. Okay. Wow, look at this beautiful sunset today. Little blue hour is officially commencing. Addie's pissed. She wants to go for a walk so bad. Let's go. She said, let's go, man. Hurry up. Let's do it, Eddie. Let's do it. We're going. This way, this way. We're not going that way, silly. Oh, just scraped my arm. All right, crew, we are going to the gym. We're going to be doing an ab day, core. Took like a quarter serving of pre-workout, so probably like 75 milligrams of caffeine just to get me going a little bit. And, well, I might be doing a change of plans. Excuse me. Because it looks like the gym is closed. Unless nobody's here. So if that's the case, we're just going to go to the apartment gym. So let me find out. Anyways, we're doing abs. And I'll put you guys through it. But let me see what's going on here. Okay. Crunch was closed. Closed at 7. It's about 7:05. On a Saturday. And that kind of just aggravates me that gyms do that. They close at 7 on Saturdays and like 5 o'clock on Sundays. And it just, for people that work Monday through Friday or like enjoy their weekends to like take care of themselves and not just, go out and be a consumer. So, I really appreciate the 24/7 gyms a lot because of that reason. It's just, I look forward to the weekends, and I'm sure a lot of fitness people do, on a late Saturday evening to, get their work in. They probably had a productive day. They wanted to be out when the sun was out, and when the sun goes down, they want to go hit the gym. And Sundays, people go to church, they go to brunch, they hang with family, and then they want to do an evening workout, but the gym closes at 5 o'clock. That just doesn't add up. So anyways, pulling up to, good thing I got a gym here, and the place is awesome, and we're only doing abs today, so this worked out just fine. If this was another day, where I was doing back, and I needed some weights, then it would be a big problem and I'd probably be pissed. So anyways, let's head in. Let's warm up, yo. Nice, quick warm up. Let's turn this thing off because this thing's going crazy. Right. All right. So for the warm up, it's gonna be a lot of hip flexors, hip extenders, a lot of rotation, a lot of breathing, and just making sure we're getting warm. We're just doing abs. So we just want to make sure that we could get full range of motion and be ready to flex and extend. So now we're working a lot of flexion right here, a lot of extension, and then you could work lateral flexion, rotation, and then I'll try and do these in a few different patterns. I'll do these bent over and just punching my elbows back. A lot of hip flexion, but also loosening up the hamstrings. The looser the hamstrings, the better flexion we'll get in the abs as we go. Do some squats just to get blood moving. Up, down. Little bit of cross rotation. Get ready for Russian twist. Loosen up the hips. Bye. Remember, this is just a warm-up, guys. It's just warming up. I usually have no organization to this. I just fall back on my training, do what my body feels like it needs, pay attention to what we're going to be doing in the workout, and going from there. Open up the hips. And you got to remember the muscles work in cross patterns. So if we're working our abs today, what's the cross pattern with the abs? It's the glutes. So we're going to want to engage these. So squeeze the glutes. do these in a few different ways. Okay. 4, 5. Then we're gonna do some hip abductions. This will open up the hips, also activate the glutes. 2, 3, 4. Get some thoracic extension. Loosen up the quads. Remember, it's just all about getting warm, not necessarily super flexible. The hoodie is helping for sure. And it's about 80 degrees today. All right, I'm feeling good. Pre-workout's kicking in. Let's get to it. All right. First on the list, we are going to be doing 10 sets of 10 of toe touches. Main reason I want to start with these is because I want to get my lower abs to be a big focus, because they're usually the most unengaged of the abs in general. So having your legs up in the air is going to have them engaged already. And then when we crunch off the ground, it's a lot of our upper abs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the only reason we're going to be doing 10, I could obviously do a lot more than 10 reps, but we want to make sure that we're getting good reps every time, because today is about building the muscle and the details, not the endurance, not the cardio. I just want to get these muscles activated again. I want to wake them up because they've been sleeping for a while. As far as rest, 15 seconds, 30 seconds max. Enough to just get them to relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As far as form, we want the shoulders to just slightly tap the ground, and then we're gonna curl back up. And we wanna make sure that we're bringing our rib cage down and then coming off the ground. So shoulders roll off as we pull the ribs down. So ribs down to our hips, close that distance, and then from there we should be able to reach up a little bit farther. You don't need to touch your toes if you can. Either you got short legs and long arms, but I have long legs and a short torso, so I could barely get up there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30. And don't worry, the 100 is gonna get tough. So if you guys think this is no joke, if it looks simple, give it a shot. We got Lincoln Park in the background, and we're at the apartment gym. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. If you're new to this, I would say do your reps a bit slower, because I could naturally get the motion down. You might feel like you're just coming off the ground and not engaging, and you're using a lot of your hip flexors. So just take your time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, halfway. And a tip for breathing is either count your reps out loud. If you count your reps, you'll exhale. 51, 52, 53, and so on. Your abs function. One of them is exhalation. Exhaling. I don't know if exhalation is the right word, but your diaphragm does a lot of inhaling and exhaling, but your intra-abdominis, your transverse abdominis, they work a lot with exhaling, pushing all that air out. So if you want to really contract your abs, make sure you're exhaling and breathing. So you could either just breathe or count 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some people feel a little awkward talking and counting. The gym is all about building yourself, so don't worry about it. Don't stress. Here we go. 40 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, those are starting to get tough now. Your abs are gonna fill up with a lot of lactic acid now, because one, you're staying in the same spot. You're not standing up, moving. So only way to get those out is to breathe and to relax. But in the end of the day, just push through the burn. Here we go, 30 more. 3 more sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beautiful. Almost there, guys. Hopefully we're still recording. Hopefully we don't run out of storage. We've been filming a lot lately, and that's been an issue. So I'll get that figured out soon, and we don't have any of those problems. But I think we're rolling. I brought down the footage from 4K to HD, so files be a little bit smaller, but they'll look just as good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, last one's a little sloppy. Here we go. Last 10 and we're moving on. Last 10 and we're moving on. Here we go. Don't go too fast that your reps start to be shitty. So I might need an extra 15 seconds here. Here we go, here we go. Legs up. Straight, hips are engaged. We're locked, nice flat back. There should be no arch in that lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I believe that's 100. Let's move on. All right, so this is gonna be a more advanced movement now. I luckily have this awesome treadmill. It's a manual one from Technogym. I'm going to do plank position, and I'm gonna do reverse crunches with my feet on here. There's gonna be resistance in both directions for me pushing and pulling, so I'm gonna be working a lot of hip flexion as well as extension, and then a lot of stability in that plank position. So a few things you guys are gonna wanna think about. Don't just be strong through your wrists, elbows. We want to make sure that we're keeping our shoulders down and engaged. What that's gonna do is gonna engage our lats, but really what it's gonna do is gonna pull our ribs down. And if we keep the ribs down while our lower half moves, it's gonna really keep the core engaged. So the more you let this upper half be all loosey-goosey, the less of a contraction you're gonna have in those abs. So it's like when you're doing a pull down and you bring your legs underneath those pads here and you're doing a pull down, you're locking your hips so that your lats could stretch and engage really tightly. That's why everybody loves the lat pull down. Same action, you just gotta make sure you do it right. So we're gonna be here. So shoulders aren't gonna be up, we're gonna pull them all the way down. Engage the ribs down from there, pull our knees up and out. those get tough, yo. So I'm gonna consider those a strength exercise here now. When you're doing for strength, usually you want to be 5 to 8 reps, 8 to 10. I failed on the 8th rep there. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna about 3 sets, maybe 4 here. And then we're gonna be moving on. So as far as rest time here, 30 seconds to 40, just enough to get you back. I'm gonna do a little bit better the second round. This was the first time I ever done it. So, with training, don't feel like you need to always do, the same stuff that you're used to. So, try new things. They'll challenge you from the start. You don't have to be perfect at it. Like I said, I've done these on floor sliders. I've done them on the ground. This is gonna be one of the most advanced, versions that you could do for it. So, here we go. And what's cool on these machines is you can get pretty creative, But here we go. Let's get 8 good ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Better. So, got more reps. Overall, better set, but I could feel on some of my reps, my hips were getting pretty high. And although your abs are still engaged like that, you're gonna use a lot more of your shoulders and your lats like you're doing a pullover. Ideally, I'm trying to have my back be nice and flat and just let my knees drive forward by using my abs. This is elevated, so my hips do have to go up a little bit, but not as much as they should be on some of those reps. So better set than the first. Now for this third round, we're gonna put it all together. We're gonna get at least 10 reps, hips nice and level, shoulders down, good breathing, everything. We're putting it all together. That's what this gym thing's all about, is just getting better and progressing every single round, every set, every rep. It's not about being perfect. I think that's what discourages a lot of people, is just that you don't need to be like a master like you see on social media, or even if you're following my video or somebody else's training, you don't have to look just like them. You don't have to do the reps exactly like they are from the start. There's a lot of times I see people, I'm like, man, I just don't have that flexibility. I still do the exercise. I don't have that strength. I still do the exercise. You're just gonna keep working and getting better at it. Here we go. Third and final round here, and then we're moving on. These remind me of when I was training in football a lot. So these are giving me some good memories here. 1, 2, I'm a little too far back. 3, 4, 5, there we go. 6, rolled a little too far. 8, 9, 10. Woo. A little hiccup there, but that's what the gym's all about. The gym is training you for not just your muscles, but functionality, guys. Rolled a little too far, so I couldn't push it back. How many times in life I'm not talking like a metaphor here, I'm actually talking like physically. You could trip, you're walking, accidentally trip, and you're gonna fall and catch yourself. Do you have the balance? Do you have the footwork? Do you have the hip stability, all that, or are you gonna tear your knee in half? Are you gonna need to get hip surgery? Are you gonna break your shoulder? How many old people fall and get hurt? Not only because their bones are super weak, but they just don't have the mobility, the stability, any of that. And that's because when they were 20, they were out on the evenings. In 30s, they gave up. 40s, life had too much pressure for them. 50s, they had a family. 60s, they got old. By the time they're 70, now they're getting hurt. You got to take this shit really important. This might be the most important thing. fuck your job, fuck anything else. This is the most important thing. This is your health. This is your life. This is what God gave you. Let's go. We're moving on. All right. Those last clips, I'm pretty sure my head was cut off the whole time while I was talking. But hey, the message is still true. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about just getting this shit done and working. I don't want to say getting it done. You got to put in the right effort. And you got to do this shit right. All right, here we go. So we did a flexion with our legs up, working a lot of our lower ab stability and a lot of upper ab flexion. Then we came over here, we did knee drives. That was a lot of lower abs, hip flexors, core stability. Now we're gonna add in a rotation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do bicycles. The way I like to do my bicycles is more of a controlled version than just repping them out. So some people just are here. I think honestly that just moves your hips around. You engage your muscles a little bit, but it's not ultimately what I think your body needs. So what I like to focus on here is big range of motion. So you want to fully extend your leg back, fully extend your elbow as far back as you can. And we're gonna come up and we're gonna get a tight contraction and exhale. We're gonna do at least 5 sets here on each side, 10 reps each side. So when we're coming down here, I like to start fully extended. If you start fully extended, you're gonna feel what it's like to be fully stretched out. And then we're gonna start on one side. So we're gonna bring the right elbow to the left knee. We're gonna come to this position. My right leg's on the ground right now, but during the set, they're gonna be elevated, okay? But I just wanna show how far you wanna shoot for. So we're not gonna be just up in this crunched position going. We wanna come all the way down, all the way up, okay? Also, you wanna think of your right rib coming across to try and touch your left hip, and then left rib touching your right hip. That diagonal pattern, and that's what's gonna get a really good contraction. All right, here we go. So, gonna come from here, legs come up, in, in, in. There we go. Wow. Guys, those are tough. Whew, that's the hard version, guys. Now, I'm just gonna show you for training purposes, the easy version. You'll see I kind of struggled there because one, it's a lot harder, you lose momentum. And as the set went on, you could see I started to speed it up. But if I was doing it this way, look how much easier. I could do 100 of these, okay? And I honestly didn't feel my abs a single bit right there. I felt my hips and like, honestly, my neck. All right, here we go. Back to the real way. And if it's too hard to start fully extended, you could start from here. You could start in this position, come over to one side, and start from there. Make sure you're coming all the way over. Extend that leg. Ah. Oh man, that gets hard. I'm gonna be able to only do about 3 rounds. I know I said 4 or 5, but this is what training is all about. You gotta push yourself, but you also gotta realize, am I doing crappy reps? And if you're in Diamond Gym and you're doing all of that, it's a different ball game, guys. I'm not training like that right now. You have moments for that. And this moment right now is just about quality reps, building up core strength, stability, getting it back so I could get back to squatting heavy weight, deadlifting heavy weight, overhead pressing heavy weight, benching strong, You need that core stability. Here we go, round 3. 1, 2, 2. All right, those were tough. Those were really tough, but you know what that showed? It showed I don't have a lot of strength in the eccentric motion of this. Eccentric is gonna be your negative. So as my legs were coming down, they wanted to bend and my lower back starts to arch. And that just shows I just don't have the strength of that motion right now. So it means I gotta keep doing these. I gotta keep putting in core day and ab day. I've been doing a lot of decline sit-ups and things like that, but we gotta take it up a notch. Moving on. All right, now we're gonna be going from a hanging position and we're gonna be doing, once again, knee drives, reverse sit-ups, very similar to what we did on the treadmill over there. Only difference now is our arms are gonna be fully above our head. What this is gonna do is this is gonna prevent you big time from keeping those ribs down. So your back's gonna want to be arched. It's gonna be up to you to really engage, keep those ribs down, keep your hips tucked underneath, and really make the abs do the work. So what I wanna think about is my hips. There was a little bug flying. Our hips as a water bucket, right? Every time our legs come down, the bucket's gonna wanna lean forward and pour water out. What we're gonna wanna do is we wanna keep that bucket straight. So these are those hips right here. So when the legs come down, we're gonna keep them like that. And the only thing that should be moving is our knees moving up and down, just like this, right? If we feel like we're starting to arch like that, that means our hips are tilting forward. We're disengaging. So that's gonna be the focus, okay? Three sets here, 10 reps, good reps. I'm thinking we're gonna go to a neutral grip. Here we go. Control. Control. Ooh, all right. On that 8th rep, I completely disengaged my hips and I felt all that water pour out. To me, there's no point of getting 2 extra crappy reps just to get reps, and all the work is gonna be on your hip flexors. So we disengage, catch our breath. We're gonna go again now because we have a second round to do better. That's why it's like if you push a few extra reps, your second set's just gonna be crappy, third set's gonna be even crappier. So put together, whether you do 3 rounds, 5 rounds, 10 rounds in the beginning, put together the most quality reps that you can. Because it's not about doing 10, 12 awesome, hard, excruciating reps in the first round or first set. And then your next 2 sets, you're only getting 3 reps and 3 reps of crappy reps. So now in total, you only got 12 good reps. I wanna get 8 to 10 good reps. The next set, 9 to 10 good reps. Next set, final set, hopefully 10 perfect reps. Doesn't always pan out like that. Sometimes you decline. But that's what I think about. So that over across 3 sets, I'm getting 8, 16, 24 good reps, 24 to 30 versus 12 in the other example. And some people will think, well, that they did better, they pushed better because one set they got 20 reps, but the next 2 rounds they only got a single. Anyways, that's all the dialogue. Here we go. Round 2. Full hang. A lot of times people will hang up here. I like to go in this full hang, so it makes it a little bit harder. 7, guys, 7. See? I'll never BS this stuff to you. You know, as soon as I felt, as I pulled up on that one, once again, I just don't have the eccentric strength to control my legs back down to not allow my hips to disengage. So it is what it is. You know, this exercise, this workout right now, today is eye-opening to me in my core stability, my core strength. What does feel good right now is my range of motion. So anyways, third and final round here. It's nice, I have the gym to myself right now, but if somebody comes in, we're gonna have to adjust. I don't like to be a bother to anybody, especially at my apartment gym, because they pay big money to be here. Whereas at Crunch, you know, people are paying $10 a month. So if my camera's in their way, it's one thing. It's a public location. This is a private apartment. Although we all live here, we're all neighbors. We're all one family here. Ooh, I disengaged big time right there. Not bad, not bad. All right, we're moving on. All right, guys, so we did 4 different movements. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is gonna be our 5th and final exercise for abs. So we've done a lot of flexion from legs up, top down. We did rotation, we did stability. One thing we haven't done though is gonna be working on what people forget about, and that's gonna be the back side of your abs, right? And when I say that, I do kind of mean your lower back, but I additionally mean the deep muscles of your abs. So a lot of this comes from rotation and extension. So a few different ways we're gonna do it. These are called threading the needle. You could do them on your knees. You thread the needle here, and you come up and rotate, but I find that I can't get as much on the back half as if when I come into a plank position. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come up into this position here, feet come out wide. We're gonna reach in and come up, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, switch. The reason I do 5 versus any higher reps here is because I could do a shit ton and it's just gonna be like a mental game. And it's not about that. It's about opening up the hips, having good shoulder stability, breathing, and flowing. So I think we're in a superset now with a very, very, very basic movement. And this is gonna be a push through. So come right through the legs and we're gonna push through. Okay. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Easy enough. Take enough rest in between to reset and go again. Oh man, guys. Good day, good day. Here we go. 1. Sometimes, if you want, get funky with it. This video will probably be a little bit longer now because I got to show you guys all this in between. Usually, I work out pretty fast and intense. I don't really talk, obviously, in between unless I'm talking to you guys. And right now, I'm about 200 pounds. Body fat's coming down. My goal is, now that I'm in Florida, anytime it's 85 and up, I'm gonna work out here in this gym so I could jump right into the pool and tan outside. But if it's anything less than that, I'm gonna go to Crunch, or if the sun's not out, I'll go to Crunch. If I need the weights, I'll go to Crunch, but I wanna take advantage of getting vitamin D, swimming, being active. I really wanna build the most functional body that I can right now. So that's gonna come with low body fat, really good BMI stats. So here's a really good one too. It kind of flows together. If you reach back, tap your toe, or come close to it. A lot of flexion, extension in the hips. If you want, you can put them together. Oh, this throws me back to being super functional when I was doing muscle ups, training for a CrossFit. So, you know, in the end of the day, it's about getting a good exercise, getting the body moving. It's 8 o'clock now. We've been here for about 35 minutes. Pretty quick ab day. I usually don't go off time. I usually go off volume and sets. So we did what, 10, 14, 17, 20, 23 or so sets. You know, I'd consider that low to mid volume. But that's great. That's what my abs needed for today. We're gonna keep showing them some love. And we're gonna go for a walk, get some more steps in, make it a good evening. And then we got some work to do. So let's head back in and we'll go from there, guys. But I hope you enjoyed this workout. Guys, check this out. You tell me this is not just an absolute tease for nighttime. I mean, water's pretty cold, but I'd love to jump in there right now after that workout. And I can't wait for a bunch of night swims coming up. Sounds like there is a party down across the road. I think it's at the Irish pub. I could hear them all the way from here. That's crazy. You guys can't because I got the body mic on. But anyways, what I was saying was just I'm excited for night swims. Really warm weather at night. And just continuing this Florida lifestyle, man. This is the best. It's 10 degrees back home in Chicago today. 10 degrees. So I'll take this. All right, let's head up. Eddie. What's up, my girl? What's up, my girl? You want a treat? Look what I got. I got for you. You like it? Yummy. All right, now I get my drink. All right, we open up the goodie cabinet. See what we got. We've got creatine, magnesium, protein, creatine, protein. Let's do some protein with creatine. All right, that's going down. Easy combo.
I think it's gonna be a little anticlimactic, people.
Andre? Who's he? Is that your
That's,
boyfriend?
Andre's
The giant?
famous architect from the 1700s that created a champagne brand.
Wow. How much of it do you think you could slam down right now?
Champagne, 2 sips, because it'll be so bubbly.
So bubbly.
There's still smoke coming out of it.
That's mesmerizing, dude. Gross. Andre the
I
Giant.
don't think it's even champagne. Sparkling wine.
Yeah, dude. All right, we're headed to where we
Fins
going?
Dockside.
Who's playing tonight?
We got 49ers, Seahawks.
Okay.
We'll have to throw $12.50 bonus bet. Bless me. On the 49ers
Blessed.
because it's double my money for it. So,
Should we commentate the game? Do we bring the mics or no?
I mean, if we do it hidden,
Hidden mic.
and then bring the Ray-Bans to record people.
All right, fuck it. Let's do it.
How are we doing, guys? Welcome to Finn's Dockside Bar and Grill. We're here in Apollo Beach, the beautiful marina on the back view, palm trees, sand, beaches, great starters, appetizers, entrees, drinks.
Wow.
Of course.
Wow. Well, it's time to dive in. We're getting some food and we got some playoff football in. So, just love Florida in the winter, man. We're sitting outside. What is it? Probably 72.
More like 65. He's capping.
Probably 68, 69.
Yeah.
68.
How we doing?
Good.
This place is just awesome. It's just awesome, guys. Look at this. We're on the water. Monster cribs across. And we're over here.
Already started digging in, so we're a little bit late, but
All right, what do we got here, pal?
we got Finn's famous grouper bites. I thought it was gonna be way smaller, and they loaded us up. So
Yeah, it's looking
Let's
nice,
go.
boy. It's looking nice. Dig in, dig in.
let's. What the hell is this guy doing?
Oh, God, Florida is just so relaxing. All right, guys, we're leaving Finn's. I don't know if we're getting ice cream or if not, but this place is great. This is like 2 minutes away from our house. And what's the plan, kid? Are we getting ice cream?
Ice cream.
When you do a show in Nashville, it's like people expect surprises, and I don't want you to give anything away, but you got that big show coming up next week.
Not personally, I purposely wait to throw out the request until this week. I threw out my first request to somebody today. And it was a yes. So there will be surprises. How many, I don't know. Luckily, I'm one of the few people touring in January, so hopefully everybody's home.
All right, y'all, we're headed into Tampa. We're going to Ybor City. It's about 11 p.m. It's actually 10:50 p.m. And we're going to be pulling up to Hot Wax Cafe. They're open until 2 a.m., so we should be able to get about 3 hours in tonight. Obviously, you could grind at home, but sometimes you got the distraction of the dog, and I haven't been doing that the last few nights, so I just want a different environment. That's always what helps me, stay motivated and keep momentum going, is just getting a new environment. So that's what we're headed to do, and we're going to grind. We're going to build a few more websites, organize a few more Google Sheets, keep building the foundation of the empire, mainly in Fadon services. So we're going to focus mainly on those areas, the reoccurring businesses that forever will be needed. We're talking electricians, we're talking plumbing, we're talking roofing, fencing, all you name it. we're gonna set those all up tonight. So we're on our way there. We should be there in 15 minutes. So we'll catch you at the cafe. Alright, we're coming in on Ybor City. This place is just wild. Definitely wild. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit in a sec. Just the place is packed everywhere. Just crazy nightlife. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So gotta keep our head on. It's rolling down here. Alright, found the place. Let's get to work, yo. Let's get to work. All outside people are going crazy, but we're grinding. This is hilarious. But there's no worker, so we're just standing here. What the fuck? Alright, can you guys believe it? I drove all the way down here, paid to park, and they closed at 2 a.m. and I got here at 11:40 and they've already closed down the espresso machine, so I can't even get a coffee. I mean, all the other stuff they've got is like CBD infused, kratom, all this different, other stuff, but just bullshit. So I gotta sit here. I mean, I'm fine. Hopefully they don't mind. I'm sitting here and I'm not buying anything, so here's what it is. I'm still gonna grind. Let's get to work. I got one. Let's go. We're back in the zone now. We're grinding. We're at Hot Wax. We're building the empire, yo. We are building the empire. It's a long journey ahead. Well, guys, that was short-lived. We are out of here at about 1 a.m. Turns out the cafe that says they're open till 2:30 in the morning is closed at 1 a.m. now, and they updated that just a few weeks ago, but they haven't updated it online. So drove, parked, all that for just a 1-hour session. Good thing I was locked in for that time and still got a ton in, but it was just annoying to find parking. Then to get in the place, they tell me they got no espresso. I luckily get a cold brew out of the guy, and then he comes up to me at 1 a.m. says we're closed. Well, say, hey, sir, online it says 2:30. He said, well, we changed that a few weeks ago. Well, you didn't change it online, pal. So, anyways, we're heading back home now, and we'll go from there. Alright, guys, we are ending the night. We got chicken warming up in the microwave. It's about 2 a.m. And that's the end of the vlog. We'll see you guys in a minute.